Hi guys. I will give a couple minutes in case people are on, and if not, that's okay. I'm gonna talk, and hopefully you guys will see it later. I basically want to make this video because I have people that have been my friends since the beginning of my weight loss journey, and I have people that are brand new friends that don't know much about. Hi Laura. I should have known you'd be the first one to join. And then I have new friends that don't really know much about me. Basically, I started my hi Uncle Michael. Aren't you supposed to be working, delivering those bills? So so when my daughter was born 6 years ago, I needed to lose a lot of weight, and I was 205 pounds. And so I started doing Insanity, and to make a long story short, I lost the weight. I became a Beachbody coach, and throughout my journey, I was able to help other people lose weight and feel good, and it has just been an amazing journey. I have been a Beachbody coach now for almost 6 years, and it has been just amazing. I've always been motivated and positive and just felt good that I was losing weight and meeting new people and traveling, and it's been wonderful. But the last, well, I would say like the last year has been stressful, but the last 6 months have really been stressful. I mean, everybody goes through stress, but it's just been really tough. So, I've always suffered from like OCD, anxiety, not so much like anxiety where I can't talk to people or get out and see people type thing, just nervous about everything. I'm worried about everything. I have OCD, so I am constantly organizing and cleaning, and I've always joked around and said, "Oh, I'm crazy," like I'm a crazy OCD and blah blah blah, and it's never really bothered me much. But I quickly realized the past 6 months that it is a problem. And, a lot of people have said, over the past, like, you should probably go to a counselor for your anxiety / OCD. And I'm like, oh, I don't need a counselor. I don't mind being crazy. At least, everything's organized. My house is, and everything is organized. And even though I go crazy and I'm cleaning and I'm doing this and doing that, everything's under control. Well, in the summer, we ended up with a case of lice with Leah. Well, let me tell you, even though that is not the end of the world, for me, someone that has OCD, anxiety, it literally crippled me. I didn't even talk about it, on Facebook or anything, because why would I? But it's something that's so normal and so many kids get it. But to me, that just completely put me in a tailspin. I broke the washing machine from washing so much laundry. I practically broke my vacuum from vacuuming so much. I was in tears every day. I was just a complete mess. Where to the point where I actually had to go to my doctor. I cried in my doctor's office. And she looked at me like I was crazy, because she was like, it's just head lice and you can use this stuff and get rid of it. But I realized that this was more than just head lice. This was my breaking point for anxiety, OCD. Just, this was God saying, like, listen, even though you feel like you're okay, you have anxiety, you have OCD, and it's not going to get any better. So my doctor gave me a med just to get me through like that week. And thank God Leah is fine now, and I got it under control, and it never came back. And poor thing, that's when I went like a crazy person. I don't know if you remember when Leah's hair got chopped off up to her chin. That was because I lost my mind, and I put it in a ponytail and I chopped it off in the middle of just a crazy panic attack. So anyway, that got taken care of and everything was fine. But it actually, that is what started the tailspin of massive anxiety. And then, as you know, Stephen started having something happening with his anxiety. It came out of nowhere. He's always been nervous and shy, but it came out of nowhere where he was petrified that he was going to get sick. He was petrified of going anywhere. He wouldn't even leave the house to go to breakfast. He would touch his forehead to see if he has a fever and ask us 100 times a day, "Are you sure I'm not sick? Are you sure I'm not sick?" Seeing him go through that, I knew what that felt like. And I felt like almost guilty, like, did my anxiety and the way that I reacted to things, did that go into him? Like, he saw how I reacted to things, and now he was acting that way because he saw how scared I was about, just everything in general and how I'm such like a maniac. And now it's coming on to him. His anxiety obviously affected mine more again. And I was like, I need to do something about this. And so I did go to a counselor for myself. And even though I always said I didn't need it, I realized that I did. She was super, super helpful. She gave me the tips about meditation and yoga. Even though I hate yoga, I put in the yoga. I think when your child is struggling, it doesn't become about you anymore. It's about them. And the fact that he was struggling, I had to make myself better so I could help him. I couldn't understand why God was making my son have these struggles. I couldn't understand why God was giving me these anxieties. I was having such bad panic attacks. I was calling my mom in tears. And then I was like, I was trying to be strong for my son, but I couldn't because I was having my own. So I was so against medication. Even when I went to the doctor for when Leah had lice and she just gave me something, I said, I just need something for like a day. I am so afraid of medication. I don't want to get addicted to anything. Well, I ended up going to her and I just broke down and I said, I've been going to a counselor and it's been helping, but I just can't deal with this. I can't sleep at night. I'm worried about my son. I'm worried about everything. I need something. So she did prescribe me a medication and I didn't even want to take it. I went to the pharmacist, and I said, "How many milligrams is this?" And she said, "Oh, it's just 25. It's very small." And I said, 25? Are you crazy? I don't want to take 25. And she laughed and said, "It's kind of not even a therapeutic dose. Don't worry about it," or whatever. But you know what? I had to do something. I was at a point where it was like, I needed to get strong. And the counselor was helping. Church was helping. I started going to church with my parents. And, I know that they had been going to church for a while at the Christian church, but I never wanted to go because I just, I didn't think it would do anything for me, but I started going to church. I basically said, "God, what can help us? What can help my son?" I started praying. I started reading more books. I started downloading books about children with anxiety. I got him into the counselor. His teachers were like on board. So wonderful. I can't even explain how wonderful his school was. My family was all so helpful. I did not want to have him go on meds. So I needed to just shake it off myself and say, okay, you can do this. You take care of yourself so that way you can be there for him. So I went on the medication. I continued the counseling. I continued church. Every Sunday I still go. I learned how to not freak out in situations. I heard, I learned that I am in control, even though I felt like it was my brain telling me, like, you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to do this. I learned that, okay, you need to take a step back. You can live in a house if the dishes are not done. It's going to be okay. I started talking about it on social media because I felt like, I just wanted to talk to friends, and I wanted to post, and I wanted to see if other parents had gone through their children with anxiety, and come to find out a lot of my friends are going through this. So many more people than what I thought. And it's a common thing with children that I didn't even think that it was that common. Thank God my son is doing so much better. I'm not saying it was me getting better for myself that helped him get better. I think that by me getting myself better, I was able to control like my feelings towards it. And when he was having a breakdown, instead of crying and me saying to my husband, I don't know what to do, I feel so bad, blah, blah, I was just calm, and I helped him through, and I said, it's okay, buddy, you can go to school, it's gonna be okay. And maybe I dropped him off and I went in my car and cried, but I had to be strong for him. And by posting on social media, I had you guys there to support me, and I knew that we could come out of this. He still sees the counselor at school like once every 2 weeks. He no longer does the private counseling because she said that, he's doing a lot better, and he seems to have come out of this on his own. So we continue with the school just to see if there's any little things that, he's struggling with, but he's now doing things. He's going to his friend's birthday party. It's just, thank God that we were able to get through this. And the whole reason for me doing this video is to tell you that, people do have struggles. Like, I started off very positive and motivating. And as a Beachbody coach, I had a team of coaches with me, and everybody was positive and motivating and excited. And when this happened, I just, I couldn't find anything motivating. I couldn't find anything positive coming out of this. But I realized that the positive thing, God brought all these things to happen to lead me to finally say, okay, you need to get help, because this isn't normal. Like, anxiety and OCD can be normal, but you're getting to a point where it's not. So God put all these situations for me to finally say enough is enough, and get some help. So I feel great now. I am doing so much better. My son is doing better. But the last 6 months, my health and fitness has gone down the tubes because I, let stress get to me. I wasn't doing what I needed to do, eating the right things. I was exercising, but I wasn't giving my all. I was exercising a couple times here and there. My team, my Beachbody, business, it took a back burner because that, to me, I couldn't motivate other people if I can't motivate myself. I can't be positive for other people if I couldn't be positive for myself. So my business took a back burner, and income that was coming in that helps my family wasn't coming in. So that was adding more stress to me. And I felt like I was letting people down, letting my team down because, I wasn't the same person that I was, happy-go-lucky, bubbly. But you know what? It's a new day, and I'm not going to give up. I took, new before pictures last week, and believe me, they're not good. It really stinks because I started at one point and I lost all that weight, and I had so much positive energy and so many wonderful things happening. And then now I feel like I'm starting over. My before picture is almost where it was when I started 6 years ago. And I saw it and I cried because I felt like a failure. But, and I knew I would cry when I made this, but I don't care because I feel like other people need to know that you can't think of yourself as a failure. Think of it as a learning process. Think of it as you being strong to be able to pick yourself back up. I have to start over. I have to start over with my fitness. I have to start over with my mindset. I even have to start over with my business. I don't want to give up my business because this business allows me to help other people. This business allows me to change lives like I had changed mine. I could give up and say, you know what? I don't want to start over. I don't want to, who am I going to be to motivate other people if I gained all my weight back and I'm not positive? But instead, after I got done looking at the picture, the before picture, and saying, oh my God, I can't believe I got here, I said, you know what? You did it before. You can do it again. You were able to lose weight, you were able to get your mind right, and you were able to change lives, other people's lives. You were able to motivate them. If you've done it once, you can do it again. So I guess I'm like using my story to help other people realize that if you're going through a tough time, you can come out of it. Like 6 months ago, I was in tears. I was so in a bad place, but I tried to stay positive and, keep doing what I was doing, but it just wasn't working. I just let everything go. So basically, this is it. I mean, I'm starting over. I have to start over now, and I know that I can, and I know that now I'm in a better place. My son is in a better place. That's what I care about. I say to myself, like, oh, why did God, make me like this? Or why did God give my son that anxiety? But he did it to help me. And now we're all in a better place. And I'm ready to kick butt again. It's so weird because I was just thinking when I started this 6 years ago, it was February. And now it's January, and it's like, wow, so weird. It's like starting completely over again. But I can, and I will. Maybe it'll be a little harder because now I'm on medication with anxiety. I don't know. I wasn't on medication with anxiety before, so I don't know if that'll, make it harder for me. But I don't care. I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm going to do my workouts, and I'm gonna watch what I eat more. I'm not going to let stress get to me, and I'm going to continue to motivate other people. I don't like that I let all my stress and my anxiety bring me into this negative person. I don't like that I let it, I let it win basically. But it's not going to win anymore because I realize that I'm strong and that my kids look up to me, and I want my son to see that he can overcome anxiety and that he can be strong too. And I want my daughter to realize that, if you just keep going and don't give up, even if you fail, you can still come back from it. So, I know God only gives you what you can handle. I know, and believe me, a few times, my mom has been a rock, and she has been here. And when I was having like a breakdown, she was like, God will get you through it. And you know what? He has. And I'm grateful that I found the church, and that I have God in my life, and that I have all of you guys, my friends and family. My husband has been awesome. He's so opposite of me. He's so just like laid back, and he doesn't understand anxiety or like worrying so much because he's just, like a laid back person. So thank God he knows me well enough and was able to get through it with me too. So, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has stayed on to watch this. I don't even know how long this is. I figured I'd probably ramble on and on. But I just want you guys to realize that no matter what you're going through, just don't give up. Please don't give up. And know that you have to trust and believe in God, that whatever he's giving you, whatever circumstances are coming up, whatever's happening, that there is a reason for it. Believe me, I didn't know the reason for it. I didn't know why, but now I do. I do realize that. And don't give up. And you know what? If you're going to start over again like me, you got to start over. I mean, my before picture looks like it did when I had Leah. My everything, my business. I'm basically starting over. I do have some coaches that are still with me, and I love you. But I feel like a lot of people that I had on board with me, I I just feel like I let them down because I wasn't there like I should have been. So it's time to kick some butt. It's time to start over and know that I can do this. I've done it before and I can do it again. And thank you for all of you who shared your experiences with anxiety. I know I actually have a few friends that their children are going through it right now, and it breaks my heart when they talk about it and they have tears in their eyes because I know what it's like. And luckily, it was just a little short period that he had, but it's still enough to cripple you. So, anyway, I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and I also started the Women Empowering Women group. It's just a group for women that need some positivity in their life. I started it before Christmas, and I just stopped posting. I got annoyed with myself. I would post and no one would look at it or whatever, and I was in a negative place, so I just stopped posting. But I want to get it up and running again because I think women need more women. I think more women need more women to lift them up, and they need a place of positivity, a place to go to where they can just be positive, get positive feedback. It's for recipes, it's for if you have good ideas, if you have good, something that's gonna lift people up and help people. Go in the group, ask me what it's Women Empowering Women, and join us because I'm ready to help as many people as I can. I want to change lives like I felt like I was doing when I first started this, the Beachbody coaching. So just find the group on Facebook and join with us. Thank you all for staying on all this time. And for those of you that are at work, I hope you don't get in trouble. And if you're struggling with anxiety and you need somebody to talk to or you feel alone, you could always message me. Believe me, I'm not an expert, but man, it was a tough few months there, and I was able to get through it. So send me a message. Yep, women do need more women. Yes, we do rock, Laura. And yes, you're right, Tally. It's not quitting. It's starting over, which it really sucks to start over. It really, really, really does. But it's okay because I can and I'm able to. And, I'm not going to keep dwelling on the past. I'm just going to take it from here on out. And my new before picture, I can't wait to have my new after picture so you can see them side by side and just see what I can accomplish this time. So have a happy Tuesday, and I love you all. Bye. Dream big. Check out this big, huge cup. Have a good day.